Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Because somewhere around the world is truly what time it is. I want to thank everybody for being in the building, being patient. You probably didn't think that this was going to go down today. It's going down today. Shit is going to go down today. Wait, before I can say any of those things, let me do this.
Please be mindful this show is for 18 years of age and older. All copyright laws will be respected, but this show is intended to use the Fair Use Act of it. Thank you very much. Please do remember that the New Right Party channel and the New Red Party show is sponsored by patriots like you, and as long as you're sending these donations, it allows me to create the content that will continue to make these motherfuckers sick. As you were.
Versus the family and my family entertainment and his team no sleep. Flossy high and yeah we made it. The haters keep on hating on the songs that we be making, and I heard they want my soul. Illuminati wanna take it. Versus the family and my family entertainment and his team no sleep. Flossy high and yeah we made it. The haters keep on hating on the songs that we be making, and I heard they want my soul. Illuminati wanna take it.
CEO, bullshit, paying for the pussy, I endorse it, riding through the city, that's my off.
Please do remember that the
I want to give a proud shout out to Pre-Surgical Babe. I don't know what kind of gay shit that is, but he wanted to tell me, nigger, leave our women alone. Hoodlum. Hey, you have to love these liberals, man. We gotta love these liberals. The fuck is up with y'all, man? What's up with everybody in the building, man? What's up? I swear. I'm not lying to you. This is clearly what he said to me. He said, nigger, leave our women alone. Hoodlum. Guess that's what he wanted me to know. Okay. Pre-surgical babe. That's what this Instagram is. Pre-surgical babe. I don't know what kind of gay shit that is, but we can definitely tell that that's the liberals' page. Pre-surgical babe. Come on. What conservative wants anything pre-surgical? I mean, what conservative wants anything pre-surgical? You name one. You think about it. All right. So the star from Empire, Jesse Somlet, was beaten and attacked, and they said in a homophobic attack. Let's listen to this.
Jesse Smollett from Empire was the victim of a brutal.
Note that first thing you see with TMZ is they get the nigger to talk about it. And there's two niggas on this channel. One nigga with the light dark Caesar, and he's more true nigga than this fake nigga that's up here now trying to present this false ass news to you. But let this fake ass nigga go ahead and speak his piece. But notice they got this fake ass nigga up there. They need a nigga to talk about it. Harvey didn't get up there and say it because this shit's gonna come out back on their motherfucking face. Watch.
Heinous hate crime in Chicago early Tuesday morning. Here's what we know. Jesse was out.
Here's what we know. He is super gay.
At around 2 a.m., went to a Subway restaurant to get some food. When he walked out, two men approached him, two men, white men in ski masks, and yelled. They used a homophobic slur, they used the N word, and they referenced Empire. So they clearly knew who he was. When Jussie turned around, they jumped him and brutally beat the hell out of him. He broke ribs. They also poured bleach on him during the attack and put a noose around his neck. Now, Jussie fought them off, and we're told he managed to get up once they fled and took himself to Northwest Memorial Hospital in Chicago. Now, here's the really, really scary part about this attack. We're told by people connected to Jussie that as the men fled, they yelled, "This is Maga country." The other thing we know is that about 8 days ago, Jussie got a letter that was sent to Fox Studios in Chicago. He shoots Empire there in Chicago. It was addressed to him, and it said, "You will die, black," and then they used a homophobic slur. That was sent to him, and the letter, the envelope, said MAGA on it. So there are some really scary details here about this. But right now, Jussie is recovering, and we hope he's going to be okay.
Okay.
Back to you. All right, Roseanne, thanks.
This is news reporting from Chicago.
And breaking right now, a star of the hit show Empire is brutally attacked on the street in Chicago's near North Side neighborhood. Police say it was violent, homophobic, and racially charged. Roseanne Tejas has some of the horrendous details of how Jussie Smollett was attacked.
Regarding a friend that was assaulted and battered.
Police radios described the call to this Chicago apartment building and hotel early Monday.
Supposed to be well-known requesting a report, and so the news was placed over the friend's neck.
The victim, 36-year-old Jussie Smollett, known as Jamal on the hit show Empire, set here in Chicago.
And I need my fix. You make me feel.
The crime, Smollett tells police he was walking home from this 24-hour subway around 2 a.m. when two men began yelling racial and homophobic slurs and attacked the actor here on Lower North Water Street, at one point pouring an unknown chemical on him and wrapping a rope around his neck. Detectives were at the scene throughout the day trying to gather video and find potential witnesses. Smollett, who was not seriously hurt, talked to CNN's Don Lemon, who said Smollett was shaken and angry and fought back at the attackers. 20th Century Fox said, "We send our love to Jussie, who is resilient and strong. The entire studio, network, and production stands united in the face of any despicable act of violence and hate." This resident called it horrible but not shocking.
We need leadership.
This nigga want to be the man.
Going to allow this to happen. We need leadership that when this.
Like, what they gonna do? What are you gonna do? You could have called the cops and you still would have got his ass whipped. This is the shit I'm talking about these niggas trying to get you up out of there, man. We need leadership how? Why aren't you the leadership then?
This happens, is going to bring the full force of the sledgehammer down to figure it out.
And an Empire colleague who wished to remain anonymous told us in the 5 years we've worked together.
You need a sledgehammer to figure it out? Sledgehammer to figure it out?
Together, he has proven himself to be kind, giving, and an advocate for all people. This is horrific.
Chicago police say tonight no one is in custody and they're still working to corroborate the allegations. Rob and Erica, for now, this is being investigated as a hate crime. Back to you.
All right, Roseanne, thanks.
Did you notice that it said he didn't suffer serious injuries? I just want to know, did you hear that when they said that he didn't suffer serious injuries? Did you hear that? So he didn't suffer serious injuries. TMZ reports that he got his ass kicked and he had broken ribs. It says here, a rope was also wrapped around the victim's neck. The 36-year-old man took himself to Northwestern Hospital in good condition. The offenders fled the scene. Police are investigating and treating this incident as a possible hate crime. It says that he was in good condition. Jesse never came out and said that anyone wore a Maga hat. He was walking with his wife. Now, here's the problem I have. Chicago is a liberal city. The people that did this to him had to know that where he would be. It wasn't something that just happened. Who the fuck just walks the streets with their friend and just has ski masks and just so happens to find a celebrity to beat on and then screams Maga as they run away? Sounds like the guy in Florida that sent out all of the packages of nothing to everybody, and now the media doesn't talk about it. Have you heard about any convictions with him? You know, the guy who was supposed to be the MAGA bomber, and he had the fucking van with all the fucking MAGA shit pasted all over it, but he was a fucking stone cold fucking Democrat in every picture you've seen him in online. And what do you want to bet that when the police find these dumb motherfuckers who did this shit, or who's responsible, if they're not tied in the Illuminati, specifically if they are expendable, you'll see that they are tied to the Democratic Party? I bet you. How many people you know running around Chicago screaming fucking MAGA? You think about it. Be honest with your fucking self. What conservative you think is outside beating people up and screaming MAGA? Do you think that's real? You honestly believe that shit? You said that they beat him brutally. But the news in Chicago says the 36-year-old took himself to Northwestern Hospital in good condition. Maybe I need to play it again. Maybe I didn't hear it right. Maybe I'm wrong as to what I said. Maybe I'm absolutely wrong. So let me just clean this whole shit up. What the media is trying to do is they're trying to make us out to be criminals. And I feel like they should be held liable for it. Because there's tons and tons of proof that Antifa is a fucking terrorist group. A homegrown fucking terrorist group. And they're funded by outside individuals and sources that would like to see this fucking country fail.
Neighborhood. Police say it was violent. Here right now, a star of the hit show Empire is brutally attacked on the street in Chicago's near North Side neighborhood. Police say it was violent, homophobic, and racially charged. Roseanne Tellez has some of the horrendous details of how Jussie Smollett was attacked.
Regarding a friend that was assaulted and battered.
Police radios described the call to this Chicago apartment building and hotel early Monday.
Supposed to be well-known requesting a report, and so the news was placed over the friend's neck.
The victim, 36-year-old Jussie Smollett, known as Jamal on the hit show Empire, set here in Chicago.
And I need my fix. You make me feel.
The crime, Smollett tells police he was walking home from this 24-hour subway around 2 a.m. when two men began yelling racial and homophobic slurs and attacked the actor here on Lower North Water Street, at one point pouring an unknown chemical on him and wrapping a rope around his neck. Detectives were at the scene throughout the day trying to gather video and find potential witnesses. Smollett, who was not seriously hurt, talked to CNN's John Lemon, who said,
Smollett, who was not seriously hurt. I just wanted to stop it there so you can hear what I heard. That's from Chicago. That's reported out of Chicago. That's reported when it happened in Chicago. The people with the ability, to actually call the hospital. So when TMZ tells you he was brutally beaten, had broken ribs, I say, was they barbecued? He had broken ribs. Was they barbecued? Did he have broken ribs at Subway? Is that what they're talking about? Because it's clear as day. It says here that he didn't have any serious injuries. He was fucked up. He got fucked up. Somebody poured some bleach on him and threw a noose around his neck, and that's fucked up. But it doesn't say he had broken bones. And it also doesn't say that someone screamed, "This is Maga world," fleeing the scene. It said a source reported close to him, but this joker didn't come out and say they were screaming Maga as they was fucking me up when I was with my wife. And the only reason someone would do that is because they're liberals trying to make us look bad. Because guess what? No conservative would know who the fuck he is. I don't even know his fucking name. Do you understand? I didn't even know his fucking name. Do you think some honest to God conservative motherfucking men that let they fucking balls hang watch his empire? Do you fucking honestly believe that shit? I fucking never watched an episode of that shit. I am not interested in seeing men kiss on fucking men. I don't give a fuck what the fuck is on the show. I stopped watching Spartacus once I started seeing that homo shit go down. Fuck out of here. It's not for me. You will just skip a whole fucking episode. And then when you know this shit is all about that shit and you're not into it, why would you watch it? So who would know? A liberal. What city is he in? A liberal city. A liberal city. He walking around with his wife, minding his business, and then he gets attacked by a bunch of white fucking liberals. That's what the fuck happened. The news media can keep trying to say this MAGA shit, trying to make it seem like there's a group of fucking Trump supporters out there just fucking up black people. And there's no fucking evidence of it. These, especially when this comes out, and it comes out that he didn't say that no one screamed, "This is MAGA country," and it comes out that these individuals aren't Trump supporters, that they weren't Trump voters. When it comes out that they're not, we need to fucking all get together and sue TMZ. And make them retract that shit and apologize to every single person that wears this fucking MAGA hat. You want to talk about hate? It's fucked up what they did to him. It's fucked up what they did to him. But you can't substantiate that someone screamed, "It's a MAGA country." And he didn't even say someone said that. The police reports that he gave, the statements that he gave, it's not in it. The police says that that's not in there. That wasn't said. And you don't even see the news talking about the black bitch who attacked the person wearing the MAGA hat in the subway in New York. Let's bring it up. I'm thankful that you did that just now. Ain't no fucking men watching. That shit is for women. Women watch fucking Empire. That's men are not watching that shit, man. If a man is sitting down watching some Empire with a female, she need to question him. Oh shit, let me see this. Let's see this. I want to see this. I don't see any assault. Did you see an assault? I didn't see an assault. So that's bullshit. They don't even want to show it.
So I got my weeb hat on, but since I'm making a video about the Maga hat, mega viral. I don't know where it's. You ain't supporting shit, nigga. Come on, guys, Derek Blackman here, and the point because Brax on Twitter, and he posted this video. For the president. You ain't supporting shit, nigga.
I would have fucked him up. He did that shit to that little boy that he know he could do it to. I would have fucked him up. Do you understand? This is what the fuck we're dealing with. This is what they don't want you to see. This is the shit that you don't see. And then he walks up and says nigga, as if he can say it. I would have broke his fucking jaw.
So yes, a teen 16 years old got a drink thrown at him for wearing this fucking hat. This stupid fucking hat is just so polarizing that people have to attack you now. And this is really reminiscent to what happened to Blair White, right?
It was like a male feminist came and stomped on my hand. I was trying to get your hat because he threw your hat.
He took my hat right off my... Oh my... Hey! And people are like, oh, well, she brought it on herself because she was wearing that shit in Hollywood and just kind of asking for that shit. And I'm like, look, the best case scenario should have been like, nothing should have fucking happened. Nothing. You know, maybe some people thought it was orchestrated. But look, here's this fucking video. This shit does happen. People do get fucked with, especially nowadays. Things are so polarizing that the left are getting crazier and crazier, and they're absolutely willing to attack people on the right for supporting their president. You ain't supporting shit, nigga. Oh boy, that guy's so fucking tough, man, to be fucking with little kids and stuff. Ooh, you're tough as fuck, man. He stole his tattoo. Ooh, man, you are the man, dude. You are the man. Well, he's gonna be the man in jail for a while because he got arrested 24 hours after the incident happened. So, oops. Now look, I want to say something. Clearly, presidents have always been polarizing. People have always been super angry. I remember all the heat that people gave George Bush, a lot of heat that people were giving Obama. And actually, I have a story about Obama because in 2007, before I really knew anything about him, I was just like, oh, he's a politician. I'm probably not going to believe anything he says. He's probably saying all this shit to get elected. And that was pretty much true. But the thing is, at the time, you know, a lot of my
I know they don't have it. You understand? Listen, send me the link. Put the link in the description. Live free or die. They're not showing it on here. By typing that in, it doesn't show. All you see is Trump supporters attacked.
When that subway attack happened after an argument in a train in Brooklyn.
Eyewitness News reporter Kimberly Richardson speaking to the victim today. She's
A progressive and liberal city, New York. Let's listen to it.
live in downtown Brooklyn at the courthouse. Kimberly?
Well, Sade, the suspect did appear in court here today, and she was released. That's what worries Michelle Tung the most. In an exclusive interview, she tells me she's terrified she will once again come face to face with her attacker. She has to ride the D train each and every day in order to get to school and work. What's also troubling is that police say back in June, this same suspect lashed out at two other people on the very same train, sprayed mace at them. Police say she is known to them, that she often rides the train. Michelle is convinced that the suspect will strike again.
She hit my phone and my hands, and then that's when it all started.
She didn't want to show her face in this exclusive interview. Michelle Tung tells me she's still very shaken up by what happened to her while riding the D train Tuesday morning.
Were you scared? Very scared, especially when she put her keys into her fingers. Like she knew what she was doing.
In this cell phone video that's gone viral, you see the suspect, Anna Lushkinskaya, the blonde, standing on the crowded train. Michelle had just gotten on and tells me the stranger hit her with her bag on purpose. Then the 40-year-old lashed out at Michelle, hitting the 24-year-old at times with an umbrella, then kicking her while repeatedly cursing.
I'm lucky that she didn't have anything like weapons on her, like knife, gun, because it could have got a lot worse. And I'm lucky that people were on the train who were helping, especially the first Asian guy who stood in front of me.
Michelle tells me she felt trapped, and to make matters worse, the train was inching along because of signal problems.
Even if I moved away, the next person who would have stood there would have got harassed or assaulted by her.
When someone on the train tried to defuse the tense situation, the suspect spit on him and then yelled a racial slur at Michelle.
You can say all you want, but I know where I came from and I'm proud of it. Like, I'm proud of my heritage.
When the train finally pulled into the station, police were there and arrested the suspect.
Like, if I see someone, like, somewhat crazy or even coming near me, like, if I see someone blonde hair, I'm moving away.
That's New York City. That is New York City. KB said, wow, I can't believe Tony got monitors here calling groups against police brutality hate groups. Okay. Well, let me see. I'm independent. Now I see why the Nutty Dams wanted to make them. This way of thinking is crazy. Okay, listen. People in the audience. What we're going to do is we're not going to attack people inside of the chat. I can just educate her if you would allow me to. I think that's the way we go about this. She's new to the channel because we haven't seen her here. And we know it's a her because, well, she says that she's independent. Let me see. I'm not seeing anything. Let me see. Her thing is pink. It says KB. If she believes Black Lives Matter, and she wonders if I believe Black Lives Matters is a puppet group. Let me explain to you something real quick. Let me show you something. See, with me, I'm gonna show you better than I can tell you. Black Lives Matter received $100 million from liberal foundations, Clinton Foundation being one of them. They're funded by George Soros. I'm sure you don't know who George Soros is. But George Soros, as we name here, the funding comes in addition to more than $33 million in grants to Black Lives Matter movement from the top Democratic Party donor, George Soros, through his Open Society Foundation, as well as grant making from the Center of American Progress. Who is George Soros? George Soros is a known Nazi who helped put Jews in ovens. Let's look up George Soros. See, sometimes you got to know what it is you're supporting and who you're behind. I'm here to expose all the frauds. Just because people tell you they're for you and they're outside screaming and yelling and everything else, it doesn't mean that they're for you, because they're not for shit. Black Lives Matter isn't outside, but black people are killing black people. They're not. Black Lives Matter didn't help with prison reform. They didn't give a fuck. Black Lives Matter didn't even reach out to the URC to try to see if they can have an opportunity to help get the word out that black people actually have funding from the fucking president. But I can show you Black Lives Matter with Antifa. I can show you Antifa attacking Black Lives Matter. I can show you Antifa fucking up property and fucking up people's businesses and attacking regular people who have nothing to do whatsoever with fucking politics. I can show you Black Lives Matter saying all cops are racist and all cops are pigs. And that's kind of crazy because my sister's a cop. She's not racist. It's kind of crazy because our husband is a retired cop. He's not racist. So when you have a group saying death to all cops, I got a problem with that. My sister's a cop. I kill everybody in there screaming that shit. Are you crazy? Be realistic. Think about it. Let's look up George Soros.
It's the rematch between Sergey Kovalev and Aleksandr Alvarez. See it live on ESPN+.
Hedge fund legend, billionaire philanthropist.
In the last 2 years, you've been blamed for financial collapse of Thailand, Malaysia, Indonesia, Japan, and Russia.
All of the above.
All of the above.
Yeah.
Are you that powerful?
No, I think there's a great misunderstanding. I am basically there to make money. I cannot and do not look at the social consequences of what I do. As a competitor, I've got to compete to win. As a human being, I am concerned about the society in which I live.
Which George Soros am I talking to now? The amoral George Soros or the moral George Soros?
It's one person. It's one person who at one time engages in amoral activities and at the rest of the time tries to be moral.
You're a Hungarian Jew who escaped the Holocaust by posing as a Christian.
Right.
And you watched lots of people get shipped off to the death camps.
Right. I was 14 years old. And I would say that that's when my character was made.
In what way?
That one should think ahead, one should understand and anticipate events, and one is threatened. It was a tremendous threat of evil. I mean, it was a very personal experience of evil.
My understanding is that you went out with this protector of yours who swore that you were his adopted godson.
Yes.
Went out, in fact, and helped in the confiscation of property from the Jews.
That's right.
I mean, that sounds like an experience that would send lots of people to the psychiatric couch for many, many years. Was it difficult?
Not at all. Not at all. Maybe as a child you don't see the connection, but it created no problem at all.
No feeling of guilt.
No.
For example, that I'm Jewish, and here I am watching these people go. I could just as easily be there. I should be there. None of that.
Well, of course, I could be on the other side, or I could be the one from whom the thing is being taken away. But there was no sense that I shouldn't be there, because that was, well, actually, funny way, it's just like in markets, that if I weren't there, of course I wasn't doing it, but somebody else would be taking it away anyhow. And it was whether I was there or not, I was only a spectator, the property was being taken away. So I had no role in taking away that property. So I had no...
He did. He actually confiscated the Jews' property as they was being put in trains to go to fucking concentration camps. He doesn't believe in God, and he actually wants to cripple the United States and destroy this government so he can make it a one-world government. George Soros is the fucking devil. George Soros is the fucking devil. Are you kidding me?
Hello, everyone. This is Lloyd Finicum. It's September 2014. I'm out here on my ranch. It's great out here. You know, I've never been one to try to cause problems. I didn't get in trouble in school. I always raised my hand. I always stood in line. To this day, I do not have a speeding ticket. But it doesn't take too much to see that dark storm clouds are gathering. Here is a non-local trespass fee of $92 and change, $180, $1,185 and change. It's not theirs. I didn't buy it from them. This tank here has been sabotaged. BLM came in here, set up a tank, and they drained it. They stole it. We have been classified as domestic terrorists. These are real lives. These are real people. They're going to pull everybody's grazing rights. Everybody will lose their jobs here. Look what they're doing over to that family, the Hammond family. They threw them in jail. Tremendous amount of fines. This isn't America. This isn't what we are. No matter how long or short my days may be, I am going to live as a free man. I promise you this, I will not back down. I will not capitulate. I will die before, and I'll sleep well at night. We all only have one life. Maybe we'll get a chance to look each other in the eye. This is...
Feds release video showing moment Robert Lavoie Finicum is killed. Oregon militia spokesman Robert Lavoie Finicum was killed this week during a traffic stop carried out by the FBI and Oregon State Police. Initial reports suggested that Finicum may have charged at officers before he was killed. However, from the video, it appears there's more to the story. The drama unfolds just as FBI agents and Oregon State troopers pull in behind Finicum's white Jeep. For nearly 4 minutes, nothing happens. The feds say that during this time, officers ordered those in the vehicle to surrender, but can't say right now what was going on inside the car. The truck then suddenly speeds off and drives at haste for quite a stretch before approaching a vehicle roadblock. Here, Finicum careens off the side of the road, almost hitting an FBI agent in the process. Let's watch that again.
He jumps
Close
out
call.
at the fucking moving vehicle.
Finicum exits the vehicle with his hands raised. Tensions running high, multiple agents and troopers have their guns trained on him. Now here's where Finicum is shot and what is likely to cause much speculation. Finicum appears to reach into his jacket at least twice before the troopers drop him. It's not clear from the footage which officer shot him first, but the FBI said troopers plural, indicating more than one shot at Finicum. The feds say the pocket he was reaching for contained a loaded 9mm semi-automatic. After the shooting, officers deployed flashbangs and less lethal sponge projectiles to disorient the other armed occupants inside the vehicle. Those individuals included Ryan Bundy and Shauna Cox.
$100 million Black Lives Matter is worth. Let me ask you a question, KB. With $100 million and Black Lives Matter cares about Black lives, where is the location for Black Lives Matter? Where can you go in New York City right now and to a Black Lives Matter's office and tell them about something that's happening inside your community? I'll wait. You can Google it. I'll let you take your time and Google it.
Former Black Panther Party chairwoman Elaine Brown had some strong words for the Black Lives Matter movement. In a recent interview, she said they had no real plans behind public protests, and of course, Twitter had tons to say about this. At Marcy McFly tweeted, Elaine Brown is a legend, but I'm convinced that anyone who agrees with her comments doesn't actually organize or know about movement work. Okay. But some agree with the Black Panther. Chairwoman at Life and More Life said Elaine Brown's statement was true. While BLM courts, white spaces, and faces, they've done little to protect Black communities on a local level. Okay, so we got both sides here. Panelists, what are your thoughts? Are we slaying or shading? And what side are you on? We got emoji. Oh, slate. Oh, you're in the middle. Yes, so shade. No, we got shade. We're in the middle. Okay, Corey, I'll start with you. Who are you shading and why?
I'm shade, and I feel disrespectful doing it, but I'm going to shade Elaine Brown, and I know she gets respect for what she did.
Okay.
But
now look at this stupid bitch up here. Look how she's dressed. What has Black Lives Matter done for Black people? I'm asking you a question. What?
Rudy Giuliani recently made the assertion that Black Lives Matter movement, a movement that is grounded in notions of respect, dignity, justice, and
you know what? Maybe it was grounded in that. Let's listen.
Rudy Giuliani recently made the assertion that Black Lives Matter movement, a movement that is grounded in notions of respect, dignity, justice, and sanctity of life, sanctity of Black life. He noted that this was inherently racist. I'm interested in your thoughts on that.
Gary McCarthy, what do you think Black Lives Matter? Do you agree with the former mayor of New York City, Rudy Giuliani?
Well, I can tell you this. I think if there was a movement called White Lives Matter, it would be considered racist. So I think that all lives matter. I spent 35 years. As a matter of fact, today is my 35th anniversary as a police officer, starting here in New York City. And for 35 years, I've been trying to reduce crime and stop.
That black man was so mad. Do you see his face?
Stop murders. And it didn't matter if they were black, white, green, or purple.
How he wants to close his eyes.
I'm a believer that we got to get by the differences. We got to have an honest conversation, which I hope this is going to open up to be. And at the end of the day, we have to have exposure to each other, and we have to sit down and really rip at this thing and get after it.
Just to applause people who believe that Black Lives Matter is racist and offensive. If you believe there was a White Lives Matter, would it be considered racist? Applause. You think it would be considered racist?
Upon the data. There's no reason for them. They don't need a White Lives Matter because it's already understood that White Lives Matter.
The data says that the police shot more white people.
Hold on one second. So I'm going to use a very simple analogy. If you and I went to the store and both of us ordered hamburgers, and they gave you yours, and they gave Bishop Jake his, and I didn't get mine, is it discrimination? Is it racist because I say, where's my burger? But then you turn around and you say, all burgers matter. Well, I'm glad you have yours. But what about mine?
Okay, go ahead, Gary.
I'm sorry, Don, but the data that you put up showed that the police have shot more white people this year than they have black folks. Now, by the way, I'm not dismissing the issue. In no way, shape, or form am I doing it. I'm merely presenting an alternative thought. That's all.
But listen, hang on.
It's racist. And what this man just showed you, KB, was that if there was a group called White Lives Matter, it would be considered racist. And I would be all for Black Lives Matter if they were truly for Black lives. 1,900 black babies are murdered every single day in abortion clinics. I watched Black Lives Matter jump on stage with Hillary Clinton and say that she needed to do this, that, and the third, and they was acting as if they wanted to see justice done for black people. And then I seen them endorsing Hillary Clinton after it's known that Hillary Clinton stole $13 billion from Haiti. When it's known that she's a known fucking racist. And that the destruction of the black family due to the prison industrial complex came directly from her husband's administration, which she had a great part and right hand in. Black Lives Matter's net worth is $100 million, and there is no locations assembled within the inner cities that reflect the $100 million that they have. There is no programs that allows you to have vocational training, better parent training, that they fund with $100 million. Oh, they more than endorsed her. I can show you. 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 All of these things, you see how they interrupted her? Argues with Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter interrupted her. Now watch when I get the feed to show you that they were on stage with her. Hold on.
One out of 3 African American men may well end up going to prison. That's the statistic. I want people here to think what we would be doing if it was 1 out of 3 white men. And very often the black men are arrested, convicted, and incarcerated for offenses that do not lead to the same results for white men.
See, they want to show the clashes, but they don't want to show how they was on stage for her. Hold on, I'm gonna get to it. They always have it buried. Just give me a second. Because they were for Bernie first. You gotta give me a second. Hold on, let me play this. This is what
Joining
the
us
Black
tonight
Lives Matter
is
was.
Alicia Garza, co-founder of the Black Lives Matter movement. Thank you for joining us tonight.
Thank you for having me.
When you look out here during the anniversary and across some of that impact that I just showed, how would you assess the impact of the movement? And speaking for yourself as one of the organizers, is part of the goal to shape electoral politics and what the candidates are saying?
Well, I think first and foremost, we just have to acknowledge that, if it wasn't for young people standing up in Ferguson as they're doing right now, this conversation would be very different. To be honest with you, Black Lives Matter, both as a network and I think as a growing movement across the world that is demanding the respect and dignity for Black people in this country so that all people can live better lives, is really at a turning point. And frankly, we are here to make sure that our communities continue to be safe. We are here to make sure that our communities have the things that we need. And we are here to make sure that anti-Black racism is eliminated once and for all. And certainly, just a few months ago, you weren't hearing conversations about race in America. And in fact, we were being told that we lived in a post-racial society. Mm-hmm. And what has been exposed is that that's certainly not only not true, but that the lives of Black folks, both Black Americans and Black immigrants and Black people all over the country, have been unfairly targeted for demise. And that's what we're aiming to stop.
And looking at those candidates for president, then what should they say and do, in your view, to meet the demands and the concerns of this movement?
Well, certainly it's important that they acknowledge first and foremost whether or not they believe that Black Lives Matter. And we've seen all of the major candidates, at least on the Democratic Party side, saying as much. But the reality is we have to go a lot farther. We don't just want to hear a fancy slogan. We want to know, what will you do to ensure that Black Lives Matter? What are you willing to risk? What are you willing to implement? And what are you willing to change to ensure that no longer will we live in a country where every 28 hours a Black person is murdered by police, vigilantes, or security guards, according to the Malcolm X grassroots movement.
And in your view, then, is it incumbent on those candidates and leaders to answer those questions, as you put it?
Black Lives Matter activists making their voices heard on the campaign trail. I want you to listen to some tense moments behind closed doors between Hillary Clinton and protesters. It was last week, and it was in New Hampshire.
I say this as respectfully as I can, but if you don't tell Black people what we need to do, then we won't tell you all what you need to do.
I'm not telling you. I'm just telling you to tell me.
What I mean to say is that this is and has always been a white problem of violence. It's not. There's not much that we can do to stop the violence against us.
Well, if that is
a conversation that
okay, I understand. I understand what you're saying.
Also respectfully.
Yeah. Well, respectfully, if that is your position, then I will talk only to white people about how we are going to deal with a very real problem.
That's not what I mean.
You want to see how she cut him off?
I mean, now the activist you saw in that clip, Julius Jones, a founder of Black Lives Matter of Worcester, Massachusetts. Also, Denisha Yancey, who's a founder and lead organizer of Black Lives Matter Boston. Thank you guys for coming in. I appreciate it. So you had some really tough questions. What did you want Hillary Clinton to say? What answers were you trying to get out of her, Julius?
Hillary Clinton and the Clinton family occupy a unique space in the mass incarceration that we experience, that the Black community in the United States is experiencing today, where the policies that they advanced are directly responsible for the largest increase in the prison population under any U.S. president. And so what we were looking for was something a little bit beyond the politics and the platform, and what emotion she felt, if any, around her being personally responsible and chained to that.
Do you think she answered that question?
No, that's not what we heard. What we heard was a conversation about policy and actually some suggestions for what the Black Lives Matter movement needs to be doing. And again, like Julia said, what we were looking for was a first.
And then right after this, they received $100 million, $33 million from George Soros, same person funding them. It's the same person that funded the Clintons. Wait, hold on. Gotta write Soros.
You were born a girl. Which is 6. Keep going. You're small.
Don't give up. Don't give up.
Your voice is.
What they continue to do is they continue to put people out there to try to trick us.
George Soros, the Democratic Party, and Hillary Clinton. That is the subject of this evening's Talking Points memo. As you may know, the 85-year-old billionaire is a far-left fanatic whose Open Society organization advocates no borders anywhere in the world. According to Soros, everyone should be able to go wherever they want for any reason and stay there. Recently, hackers believed to be backed by Russia exposed more than 2,000 documents connected to Soros and his Open Society. The information very disturbing. Soros has given about $10 million to groups opposed to the policies of Israel. He has funded individuals accusing Israel of war crimes. He has given a variety of grants to people who literally hate the Jewish state of Israel. In addition, Soros has funded investigations of individuals here in the USA who are opposed to radical Islam. People like Pamela Geller, Frank Gaffney, Liz Cheney, and Cliff May. Mr. May will be here in just a few moments. Finally, George Soros has donated about $13 million to the Democrats this election cycle. That includes $7 million to a Hillary Clinton super PAC. 12 years ago, here's what Mrs. Clinton said about George Soros.
We have been given an extraordinary blessing, and at this moment in time, our country needs us. And we need people like George Soros, who is fearless and willing to step up when it counts.
Now, to be fair, that soundbite is dated, but the Clinton campaign is accepting money from Soros this year, as stated, and that may present a problem for the secretary. You may remember that Donald Trump got hammered by the media for not disavowing David Duke quickly enough. Duke, of course, a far-right hater. But now we have a far-left individual, Soros, bent on harming Israel, America's strongest ally in the Middle East. So how will the media cover that? Again, Soros, one of the biggest donors to the Democratic Party. Talking point.
He was also a former Nazi who watched as Jews had their property confiscated, and as they were forced to go on to trains where they would go to concentration camps. And he's against Israel. You think about it. Thank you for the donation, C. Let me see who that was. $50 donation. That's love. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. And everything is fixed with YouTube, so if you guys want to send any donations whatsoever, you can do that. It's a lot of love. It's appreciated. We are back to taking donations on the channels. I appreciate it. Let me see. Who was C? I want to see. Oh, that was Charles Kane. Thank you, Charles. I appreciate the fuck out of you for that. Thank you very, very much, man. Thank you. We are back. We are back. We're going to open the show up. And I want to tell everyone I got to go because it's about that time. But we will be on tonight, 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Please make sure that you are here so we could get back into this and turn this into what it further needs to be turned into. I appreciate everyone for tuning in and taking the time to tune into today's show. We will get back to the FBI exposing the former FBI chief exposing the Illuminati, but there's some things that came up that I want to get in here. We will get back to it. And I want to thank KB for tuning into the show and having a little tolerance. And thank you for everybody for listening and just giving her a minute. Because remember, y'all, this channel that we created is about educating people. We don't need to, we attack those who come in here trolling us. But for those who don't know what's going on, who had no clue what's going on, we educate them. We show them the light. We will have stuff up here about Black Lives Matter with Hillary Clinton. I will get that up there. So I can get it to present it to the rest of you guys so you can see it. KB could be a dude. I don't know. KB could be a dude. KB could be a dude. But I appreciate you guys for having time to for being respectful of my wishes and holding it down. It's a good look. Stay safe. Stay healthy. Stay American. And remember, fuck the other side, bitch. We don't care.